Hello, it's Feel Good Friday. Yippee! Mwah. Oh man, what a week it's been. What a crazy, crazy, crazy week. Thank goodness for my Feel Good Way. I am so grateful, so grateful, so grateful for the tools that I have that have gotten me through a very first world problem week, right? So let's start right out with the EvoCyves because I need it. And if you're one of my deadhead friends that is in Mexico or was planning to come to Mexico, you need it too. So let's just stop all the talk. If you're new to this, just prop up your phone, get your hands free, and do what I do. This is called EvoCyves number 1. We're going to do the full thing. So put your fingers on your temples and press deeply with, I usually use about 3 fingers, and then start making circles there, keeping that deep pressure. And then keeping the pressure, you move the circles back to the ears and then up over the back of the ears so that you're rubbing where your ears and your head hook together. And my ears kind of flap forward while I do it. And I wear hearing aids and I still do this. And then when you get to the bottom, you drag your fingers down your throat, past your collarbone, and just stop for a moment and notice how you feel. Did you notice I took a deep breath? If you just did an EvoCyves, you did too. So basically, I'm not real happy right now. I've had a really tough week. I planned and saved and paid for a great vacation where I was going to get to dance to my favorite band. I was going to get to hug lots of my deadhead friends. And the company who was putting this on has been really stringing us along for months, weeks. The last several weeks were super stressful for my deadhead friends because is it going to happen? Is the guitarist going to be there? You know, on and on and on. And, you know, this was no cheap thing. If you were taking a family of 4, we're talking 15 to 20 grand. And they were installed all this COVID testing that we had to go through. And if you tested negative, you just didn't get to go and you didn't get your money back. This is something we've been arguing about and talking about and stuff for weeks now. You know, we've known that the Omicron thing was happening. You know, just last week there was 1 million cases in one day. And if they didn't cancel it with that kind of information, there's something wrong with them. And so then all of a sudden the band started getting COVID, the crew and their employees all started getting COVID, so they couldn't put it on. Now they're going to cancel it. After a lot of people are already here when it got canceled. And yes, they canceled it and we are getting our money back. And the first week people are getting a really good deal because they get to stay at an all-inclusive hotel for a week. Well, for 4 to 6 days for free. And the second week, people just get our money back in 90 days and don't have money to go book something else. And a lot of us are already here, and a lot of us are on our way or have non-refundable tickets or whatever. So anyway, that's enough. So now you know part of what my dilemma is. Also, I had a canceled plane ticket this week. I had a super easy flight on Monday that I booked in October. They canceled it Monday night. I went instead on Wednesday on a much more difficult flight. I went from 8 hours of travel to 12 hours of flight time. So that's a pretty major difference. 2 landings instead of 1. Anyway, it's been, and they lost my suitcase. So I'm telling you, It's been a difficult time. I get to my friend's house after midnight. There's no drinking water. You know, it's just been a very, very, very stressful week. And thank goodness for my feel good way. So, this is one of those things where I get to talk about what my feel good way really is. My feel good way isn't about feeling good all the time, it's not being happy all the time. It's about the physiological response to doing something that feels good. So, science has told us that the human brain, even at rest, is slightly anxious. And that anxiety creates the same physiological response as if you're in mortal danger. So fight or flight, so adrenaline, glucagon, cortisol, so you can run really fast or fight really hard. And I'll tell you what, there's been some times in the last 24 hours when I wish there was somebody I could just punch. I was supposed to get to spend, you know, a couple weeks in an all-inclusive hotel with a bunch of friends. And yeah, I get it. That's first world problems. There's a lot of people who don't have that luxury. But it's my life, and this is what I was going to get to do. And it's kind of my last hurrah because I booked this all like before I bought my house and all that kind of stuff. So I don't have the kind of cash that I had when I decided to come to this. So anyway, my point about my feel good way and why it's been so valuable this week is that when we're in that fight or fight place, the blood flow, the physiological response, like, so the science says the human brain, even at rest, is slightly anxious. Even at rest, the physiological response is that the blood flows in the back of our brain, where all we really can focus on is the past and the future and what went wrong and what's going to go wrong and how we can prepare to fight it, right? But the moment that you do something, anything that feels good, the blood flow shifts to the front of your brain where you are in present time. And this is key. It isn't about being happy all the time. It's about being in present time where you can deal with what's happening as it's happening right now, this minute. So if you're angry, you can be angry right now. If you're happy, you can be happy right now. But you can deal with what's happening right now instead of it being something that you're going to be dealing with forever, because it's in the future it will be in your past, and that's where your brain will be. So you won't really have dealt with it. You're just ready to fight it. But when you really, are in present time and can look at what's really happening, and what's really happening is I'm in paradise. I got to see some of my best friends over the last 24 hours. I got to hug kids that I saw born. And you know what? I'm probably going to have a good time for the next couple weeks. That's present time thinking. Not, oh my God, they screwed us. Oh my God, they're going to screw us. Oh my God, it's all horrible. That's not present time thinking. That's,